What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to LFG. And today we're going to be doing the first video in a new series, tier list series, and this is going to be based on the tier list that's posted on the RNG Eternal site every month. So today we're going to be doing a tier 1 deck from that list. There's 4 tier 1 decks. We're going to be doing Feln Control. Now, sure, most of you have seen me play variations of Feln on this channel because Feln is one of my favorite decks, but we're going to be playing the specific list that's posted on their site right now. So I'll be linking to the RNG Eternal site in the description, specifically the tier list page, and I'll also be linking to the exact deck I'm playing as it's posted on Eternal Warcry. So let's go over the deck real quickly. And I will say, if anyone's wondering why I don't just post the deck list in the description all the time, it's because sites like RNG Eternal and Eternal Warcry directly support the game, so linking back to their website is actually a good thing to keep the game going. So that's why I don't mind linking back to those sites. So this build, I haven't actually even gone over it yet, I just imported it. It's running 2 Sabotage, 3 Seek Power, 3 Annihilate, so the shell's pretty much the same. 3 Lightning Storms, 2 Lightning Strikes. I'm a big fan of Lightning Strike in these decks. It's really good against Armory, and Feln is very weak against Armory in general. For Strategize, this card has just been it's been in every deck with Primal basically. It's really good hand fixing. You can get rid of a card that you are not going to be playing anytime soon, or if you're facing, say, Praxis midrange, Lightning Storm might be completely dead, or in a Feln Mirror, Lightning Storm's completely dead. You can put it to the bottom of Strategize. For Vara's Favor, and Vara's Favor is one of the stronger ones because it doubles as removal and mana fixing. 4 Wisdoms, 3 Death Strikes, so no Suffocates, 3 Annihilates, 3 Death Strikes. I'm fine with that. And 1 Devastating Setback. This card's actually really good. If you're facing an aggressive deck, the second mode is really strong, and if you're in a control matchup, the first mode is really strong. 1 Feed-in Time. I'm a big fan of 1 Feed-in Time. That's what I usually run personally in my Feln decks, is just 1. Steward of the Past. If it was a fast spell, you'd absolutely run more of this than Death Strike in this deck. For Steward of the Past, this is a card that just shuts down entire decks that depend on the graveyard or the void. 4 Champions makes sense. 2 Swindles. This is not a card that I run personally, but again, we're going to run the deck as is. 3 Withering Witches. I've cut down to 1 in my control Feln deck. 4 Black Sky makes sense. 3 Vara. And then for the mana base, and this is, in my opinion, where Feln has gotten the most improvement from the new set, is 1, of course, Strategize is a good improvement, but the mana base in Feln just got way better. Now you're able to run the Cobalt Waystone, which I would run 1 off or 2 copies of the 7 mana Drake that can give you Aegis, or the Island's Favor, which searches for a primal power and gives you Aegis. Now you can just run this power to give you Aegis, and you don't need to run Island's Favor anymore. Obviously, you're running your regular power. Crest of Cunning is the other big improvement, because now you've added another 33%, I should say, of double power mana. So in double, I mean you can get primal, or you can get shadow from it. That's huge, and it also scouts, so that's exactly what you want. And then of course Feln Banner and Seed of Cunning. So let's go, and we're gonna do, again, because these videos can end up being so long, we're just gonna do first to 5. Let me add this. So we're just gonna do a first to 5. Now when you're testing these decks, ideally you want to do more than 5, right? Ideally you want to do more than 5. But to make the video not ridiculously long, we'll just do 5. So let's jump in. This is not a keeper. Okay, it's a slow hand, but we do have lightning strike. Let's see what he's running here. Wow. So, all power and units?
A single shot is all it takes.
I went for primal there, so this will get active faster. Yeah, I figured he had another one. So we can put that out now, and it gives us some protection against their sabotage if they draw one. It's possible they run it. Well, they didn't have a lot of spells when we hit them with sabotage, so they must have drawn that in the last 2 turns. It's not safe to play this right now, but because they didn't really have a lot of spells when we checked the first time, we're gonna go on a whim here. Also, this is gonna kill us really quickly. And there's Tavrod. Gotta say, we have not drawn exceptionally well this game. And I think this is gonna die before we can get either of these up. Yeah, we're gonna take 8. Hopefully we take power. Alright, let's attack for 3. And that triggers this. We get an extra card out of it. These are good draws. I'm not going to seek power here though. That's actually the best power we could have drawn. I mean, if we drew Seat there, it would have been fine. The Scout mana would not have been good there. Let's just pass it back here though. He has no reason not to attack with... Okay. I think that's a good attack. Because with this active on both ends, it doesn't get better from here. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to kill the flyer. Going to block Tavrod and block this. So right now he needs a Rune Hammer because Harsh Rule does not save him. Okay, maybe he has that and Harsh Rule. Nope. Let's see what's on top. That's not very helpful here. It's Harsh Rule or bust. Alright, we made a comeback in that one. Deck's pretty resilient against mid-range decks like that. He wasn't aggressive enough early. Look at my rank. I've dropped 500 spots by not playing in the last few days. The last few times I was on, I was doing those event videos. Okay, so this is the interesting hand. I'm actually going to keep this because I'm on the play. So I'm going to scout first turn, and second turn I'll have Annihilate and Lightning Strike open. Ideally, we want this to set up another power so we can do this on curve. We'll keep that. Swindle felt fine in the last game in the spot we drew it in, but honestly, I don't like the card. I think it's really expensive for what it does. But if you're in a spot where you're already in control, it's fine. It's getting you one more card than most things you have will get you. So now I have to choose. And I'm not sure if I'm facing like a Chalice type deck or the Temporal deck. I'm going to do this on my main phase. I can still do this next turn. If it's Chalice, Chalice costs 4. And if it's the Control deck, everything in their deck that matters costs a lot. Alright, so we'll do this first. Getting channel is also good. We can bottom one of these. This will keep because I just need to play it out when it has Aegis, and it'll take multiple spells for them to deal with it. I'll put this out, and the reason is it doesn't die to Vanquish. Even if he gets silenced, which is most likely, it's still a 3/5 on a board with a 2/2 and a 1/4. I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna go for the double Lightning Storm. I'm fine with this. I'm absolutely fine with this. If he trades them off, because that's what we want. If he draws Chalice and he doesn't have any units with Chalice, then we're in a much better position. We're gonna go for this. Again, and this is one of those spots where I'm only getting 2 cards off it for 5 mana. Feels kind of bad. Alright, so there's Chalice. Perfect draw, perfect draw. Because this is a 7/5 flyer immediately. He has to deal with this.
Think you can escape me?
That's fine. If he has to harsh rule away his own unit, I'm okay with it. And somehow we have 2 more champions in hand.
It's written right here.
End of turn. I'm gonna kill that. Reason being, if we keep him off ways to draw cards, which is Chalice, then we're gonna easily cruise to victory here. Champion takes too many resources to deal with, especially in multiples where they're just getting really big really quickly. So he still needs a Vanquish here. So let's attack for 9. Play another champion. It's just ridiculous. And again, Harsh Rule doesn't do it. So end of turn, let's try to draw 2 cards. Beautiful. Let's attack for 9. And since this is now unprotected, I'm gonna get a champion back. Yeah, triple champion there is just really hard for anyone to deal with. Definitely playing double lightning storm as a board wipe was a good decision. Alright, so 3 more games to go. Even if we go 2 and 3, you guys already know where I stand on this deck, on Feln. I think it's a really good deck. It does have some good matchups, but for me, it's a really fun deck to play. I believe we're on the draw this time. Oh, we're on the play. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I'll keep it. I was gonna say all we can do is hope for that. We're gonna let him get a war cry off because we want to catch something else like a grenadine drone or something like that. I mean, in a dream world, he plays 2 more units here that can die to lightning storm. And we're not worried about 1 war cry right now because if we draw a removal spell, we can deal with it. I will lightning storm this board though. This game goes long, it's so far in our favor. Now the thing about Steward is it does die to Annihilate, which is a big weakness. Versus something like Broodmother or Broodmaster, whatever it's called, that does not. Okay, so our turn 5 is going to be pretty empty unless we draw something we can cast. Okay, thank you. As is right now, we have 5 primal, so we'd go for a shadow. But we drew the shadow. And we're trying to hit 5 of each, obviously for champion if we do draw champion. So good here. It survives Harbinger. We don't have a choice. We have to play Black Sky. But this is where the War Cry starts stacking up. He only gets the quick draw if something dies. Okay. I don't want him to just use Torch or Vara's Favor here. I want him to have to use a spell because it's not a race he wins currently. So he clearly has either Torch or Quick Draw. I mean, it could be Annihilate. And yeah, they'll keep attacking him because they can't block flyers anyways. Four, 8, 12. We have to block here though. I'm gonna block one of these. Favor. That's the best case scenario for him. Gonna lead with Vara. Gain some health back. And we'll actually stay on defense this time, because Var is pretty easy to kill if you play Shadow. So our blocks are clear here. Var doesn't block anything. We're fine with that. We traded 2 cards for 4. So let's draw 2. We're looking for a unit, obviously. Found one. Black Sky into Black Sky. And swing for 6 with Vara. So he has a bunch of war cries on top. We already have Feed in Time in hand. Yep. GG. Var is so strong. Var is so strong. Now, she'd have been a lot worse if we're facing off against the Steward of the Past on the other side. We'd still be getting 3 5s back, but they'd have no ability, and the life gain mattered a lot there. That's the beauty of this deck, is almost every unit in here outside of the Witch. No, can't keep this. Requires 2 torches to kill. None of them died to 1 torch. Okay, alright, let's do this. Definitely keep that. Because if this is Yetis, or just Skycrag Rushdown in general, that's a very good card to have. Alright, let's see what we're dealing with. We don't care about that right now. And for the record, even if they have a negate spell, Sabotage still does its job, because it draws that out of their hand. So if they have something like that, I wouldn't worry about it too much. You didn't get all the information, but you still traded it for a card. That's why discard spells are so good. The only time it's bad is when you completely whiff. Cost 7, right? Yeah, okay. Let's draw 2 main phase. We'll leave that for now. He can't activate it yet. I'd rather not just use this on a 4-1 unless I have to. Okay, at least we drew a power. So here we will use it, because now it's 2 units. And not that this is strong, it does scout, which I don't want to fix in anything. What's in here? Mirror image. Okay. Sure. End of turn we'll draw. So we do have 2 options here. We could Annihilate and Death Strike it, or we could just play this and hope he doesn't have something to remove it. It's going to seem really bad. I don't think he has much action left. Yeah, he's digging for something now. I don't think he has much action left, and honestly, the units in his deck are not going to be that strong. Takes 2 burn spells to kill this, or just silence it. I mean, just stun it. Beautiful. This is why this card's so good. It's just in a situation where he has to make plays like that. Yeah, I'll put it out. I'd rather not miss my mana drop. gonna attack for 6 because he can't race us with a 4-4. We'll throw this down and have this backup. Var doesn't do anything here. We have no units. Oh. I didn't realize he was running Shadow. Interesting. Doesn't matter. GG. That puts us to 4-0. Alright, one more game. Yeah, I think we're gonna pass on the 1 power hand. Alright, this is a lot better. We have 3 2-mana plays. One of them gets us more power. I wouldn't stress about your rank unless you're trying to get in the top 100 to prove a point. That's the only time I ever tried to do top 100. I got to 24. Otherwise, the rewards you get at rank 1 and 1000 is the exact same. So we need primal here in case we draw wisdom. Chances are I will not be playing this on turn 2. Yeah, I mean killing this doesn't mean much, but I want the power. Am I facing mono time? Okay, so I'm gonna do this here because what we're actually looking for is Stewart. We want to permanently kill this. Don't need all these. You got it.
Safe travels.
I feel there's got to be another color in there. Another faction. There we go, so it's Xena. Well, let's save ourselves 4 damage. Sure, it'll be coming back shortly, but I'd rather take 2 than 6. Obelisk, obelisk, obelisk. We need 1 more primal to make this better. So let's do that now. Could have played this, but I don't want to play it naked. And this card got a lot worse, so if he attacks with this, yes, I will lightning strike it. He's going to be playing some big bodies from now on, would be my guess. And lightning striking this isn't really much better since it comes back. Looks like there was a pause there for a fast spell. I was going to lead with this, but Stewart's just way too good here. Even if he kills it, we get this. Which is key. He gets 2 cards off this. Alright, so we can start putting champions out with Aegis. Hopefully he doesn't have killer. But Xena Initiation is very likely. I mean, that's pretty much what his deck's going to be trying to do. Yep. VAR would be really good for us. still gonna lead with this, and I can draw 2 cards. Even if he brings this back right now, it does not have. It will be exhausted unless he brings it back. Okay. Lightning Storm would be really good. That's not it. VAR is also not bad. VAR is also not bad. Let's do this. I think Swindle here is not great. It is better than that, though. Let's go with this. This is gonna kill this. We're gonna take a lot of damage here. I don't think we can stop that. Just hopefully he can't kill both. Because 11 would be rough. Okay. We might lose this one. We might lose this one. We have Champion and Stewart in the yard. We have to play this. Wish we had this in the yard. Alright, what do we have on top? Bottom. Oh, he hit 8 power. Yeah, we're just dead. We're actually just dead. I didn't realize they hit 8 power. GG. They got us. So we went 4-1 with the deck. And like I said, you know my stance. I think this deck's really good. Just solid overall. This build... Let me take a look here. If you don't have the cards for this, this build costs 38,350 Shiftstone. If you want to be fancy and be premium, 168,000. But I would say give this deck a try, and I will be doing more videos on these tier list. Not specifically tier 1, but tier 2, tier 3, even tier 4. Let me know down below if you guys want more videos like this. It'll determine whether I do a lot more videos like this or just a few more videos like this. Anyways, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and like down below, and thanks for watching.